Hi there, welcome to this podcast. Today, for those of you who are joining for the first time or going to listen to me, I talk mostly about things out of this 3D world, energies, as we try to look at what is out there across the veil. Is there something else apart from the narrative stories, all what we grew up knowing that it is this 3D world, this physical world? Is it all we are supposed to know, or is there something else that's hidden somewhere? So I try to look at that, across that bridge, that veil, cross that mist, and look at the other side of the veil. Let's see the energies that are there for those who are interested and who want to expand and grow in spirituality and consciousness and so forth. This is, I think, is the right place to be and listen. I'm going to be sharing with you knowledge on this various on energies in general. So we are going to start right away, and we'll start with consciousness, for example, and compassion. We are just going to be looking what is consciousness. What is compassion really? I will look at it in the sense that, consciousness is the way you interact with reality. That's the real meaning. That's your daily interactions. It is said you direct your own movie during the day. So your reactions, your interactions, your daily activity, how you interact with people, with everything in life. That is what consciousness is all about. And an example is a more mature conscious person or human being. You will see that the attitude towards everything is different. You will see that mastery in the way that person will be communicating. Look at the masters who came to the planet. They had a very high consciousness. You could see it, the way they interacted with people at the same time, and it has stayed that way for 2,000 years or plus. People are still attached to that mastery, that high consciousness that came. So that is what consciousness in reality is. And compassion, or being compassionate, in the other sense, is just someone who is able to transcend, surpass anger in their dealings with other human beings, hatred, transcend jealousy. If you can do that, then you are a real compassionate person. So you are able to transcend all this kind of negative attitudes. Then you are really compassionate. You could also say being compassionate for the sick, for example, or for the homeless and so forth. There's also compassion, but that's a low-level compassion. The real compassion is when you are able to transcend anger, jealousy, and hatred. That's how I'll put it. And we have this old consciousness, which is made up of old rules, old doctrines. As I said earlier, light is winning over darkness. And you should see darkness as that those energies of wars, the cabal elite, the politicians, and so forth, and people who serve but the cabal, the darkness, those who are not there to serve humanity, who are there to serve but themselves and give the impression that they are saving humanity, but they are all there to serve themselves. And the rest of humanity is regarded as some kind of a slave people to them. And in this battle of light and dark is like it's trying to explain color to a sightless person, somebody who cannot see, and you try to explain color to that person. That's how this battle of light and dark is really, because the light is winning across the planet at the moment, so darkness is this energy of wars, corruption, fire, and all those cabal with the cabal and all the secret societies. They are fighting for survival at the moment, but light, as the consciousness of humanity has risen, and people are awake. They are waking up. As you know, I would say the greater majority of the people are waking up. This waking up, in the sense that they are asking questions, they are saying things, they are also waking to a new reality that things are not going to be the same again as they were. So the darkness, the elite, the cabal and their wars and everything, they are not able to hide and do things anymore like they used to do, because people are able to see through now, see through the deception and the corruption. That's what does, because of the increase in consciousness. That's the light, and so the darkness is unable to continue doing what they used to do. We are in a new paradigm since the 21st of December 2012. That is, the Earth vibration has increased. I mean, here, the compassionate, the benevolence, and those are the energies those are the kind of energies that have increased on the planet. Anything that is shifting towards that direction, will be supported by these energies. And the consciousness of the planet has been in the dark for eons and eons, just corruption, greed, wars, etc. But now, the light is starting to come to the planet, and suddenly you could see all what you couldn't see before because of this light. And there is a future. There is a bright future for humanity. And this future contains hope because of the cycle of life. The old energy captured by old consciousness, worshipped by old consciousness. This old energy invested with old consciousness will eventually die. That is what we are seeing. They are now fighting for survival. The whole planet. COVID is part of it. The COVID is part of it, as you can say. The political scene right now, the politicians have more or less replaced the doctors and all those kind of things. Now you are seeing that is the darkness that is fighting for survival. energies of wars. They are fighting their last battles, but they cannot win. And it's there for everybody to see. And the typical example is the Ambazonian War with La République du Cameroun. They have tried all what they can. They have deployed thousands of troops, have died, but they cannot win. It's not like before, where the old energy was at the forefront, supporting the darkness, the wars. Look back at the Second World War, First and Second World Wars. Hitler could successfully slaughter the amount of Jews he slaughtered because of the dark energy that supported him. But nowadays, those kind of things are not possible anymore, because there's the dark energy that was pushing them, supporting them to kill is dying. It's not there to support the evil actions of these people anymore. They are not totally gone. They are still fighting. You can see in the politics, the drama around COVID, vaccinations. It's all about questions. Nobody has direct answers. That's the darkness fighting for survival. But they have lost the battle already. So humanity that's going to be born in the future, the new generation will not be like this one. They will be a breath of fresh air, because they will be born in an era whereby darkness will be totally gone, and then we will have a new consciousness on the planet that will determine and a new that is going to be determined. It's going to be the dominant energy that is going to change things. That's what is going to happen. So governments cannot continue to exist in an old paradigm when those they rule are in a new one. It is the truth. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that the most governments of the world, they are still existing in an old paradigm. This paradigm, I'm talking about the elite, the cabal, pedophilia, and all those things. That's what they do. They have been doing for thousands of years. These pedophile activities is all what is in those secret societies. That's what they use to feed themselves in. But those things are gradually being exposed, so they have nowhere to hide. And the people are seeing through. They are fighting back. So the people are in a new paradigm, because they can see the truth. They are beginning to see things they never believed they could see, because of this new paradigm. Because darkness is dying. Energies of those wars, the cabal, the secret society, they are dying slowly. Light is taking over. It means awareness. People are being more aware. They are being more conscious. And compassion is also increasing. So people are able to see. That is the light. People are able to see more than before. So the earth has moved into another track of reality. This is it's difficult for some people to understand what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say here is that the earth has moved to a higher vibration, and you can see it. You can see it. If you look around carefully, you will see that there's something not right somewhere. For those of you who are still stuck in the old reality, still believing things are going to come back to normal. No, it's not going to come back to normal. The earth has shifted. So darkness means the earth is vibrating higher. The higher, let me put it this way, the higher you go in dimensions. The higher the earth continues to go, the more darkness will be diminished till it will totally be no darkness anymore, and the planet will have a very high level of consciousness. Then the planet will attain what Jesus was teaching when he came. The masters was about this love and compassion. Then we will attain that level, the level the master, what the will achieve, what the attain a certain level of compassion that has never existed before. That is the purpose. So we could, so as I was saying, we are moving into these new energies, that have started occurring already. In these new energies, as I was saying, you see light and dark being exposed, not from the news, but from humanity that sees things that are not correct, and then it becomes news. So humanity is saying things that are not correct, and that has become news. But the news organizations, they are still invested in dark energy. They are still controlled by the dark energy, the cabal, and so forth. So they are still, that's not where you will get the real news. But you have it, but from humanity itself, that are going to see things that are not correct and point them out. That's where the news is going to be coming from. So as I was saying, darkness is the energy of wars, the cabal, the pedophilia, and so forth. And light, on the other part, is humanity starting to awaken to this new reality, asking questions. This and that does not feel right. This and that, what am I saying? I don't believe this. We are confused about this. That's humanity starting to awaken to a new reality. They are seeing things they never saw before, and these things have always been there, but then they never could see it. Nobody could see them because of the dominance of darkness over the light before the 21st of December 2012. But nowadays, humanity is starting to see things clearly. I mean, the greater part of humanity. And intuitively, they are deciding that this or that is not correct. As you can see with the issue of vaccines, they are able to decide, people are able to decide and make the right choices for themselves, and so forth. That is humanity starting to awaken to this new reality. And humanity has only been on one cycle of life for thousands of years. And now they see another cycle that's coming. The first time in the history of this planet that we have moved to a higher dimension. That's the first time. If you can look at it this way, like Jesus, all the masters that came to the planet had one thing in mind. They were to prepare us for this shift that happened on the 21st of December 2012. And we finally made it. So anybody who is alive on the planet right now should be very happy indeed, because there has never been a civilization. We are the fifth civilization so far since the creation of this planet. The first civilization, the second one, the third ones, they all perished with wars or pandemics and things like that. They all with floods, all kinds of things that eliminated them. But we are the only one from all the previous four. We are this fifth civilization is the only one that has moved that has avoided termination and moved to a higher dimension. And we all, because the timelines have changed, if you look carefully, you will see that all the Casey and Nostradamus predictions didn't come to fruition, because even from the Bible, all the predictions in Revelation that were for this time, because they were written for this, if we could cross the 21st of December 2012, they weren't sure that we were going to cross. Everybody saw but doom. But we are able to cross it. So it was not seen by the futurists, those who were able to see the future, tap into the future. They missed the timeline, have shifted. So what they saw was in the old timeline. They couldn't see this shift. So nobody has ever predicted this shift. If you go to all the scriptures, except the Mayas, the Mayan calendar, they are the ones who really saw it, saw that we were going to move to a higher dimension, to a higher vibration after the 21st of December 2012. So this is a cycle of consciousness that is coming. And it's different from the one we were born in. That's a cycle of high consciousness. People consciously making decisions to do things here and there without necessarily looking at the government, but a high conscious society. The cycle of awakening is coming, as I said earlier. That this cycle of awakening is something you have never seen before. People are not going to be like they were. People are waking up and in communities and taking decisions and seeing things that the politicians, those invested in dark energies can't see. The humanity is able to see them. And a typical example is the Ambazonian War. The Ambazonians, the southern Cameroonians, they just got up and started this liberation struggle. This is one of those, increase in awareness and consciousness that's pushed them to do all this, to raise up and want, and fight and fighting for freedom. It's just the increase in consciousness and awareness. This cycle of awakening will give you knowledge and abilities that you have never ever thought you could have. Because the more you awaken, the more your Akashic records, for those of you who know what it is also giving you a lot more information and abilities, and you will be able to tap into different dimensions and see what is there. So there's a lot of good news for the awakening ones. And I would say what is happening on the planet at the moment is on purpose. And it is preparing you for the future, the new paradigm that is coming. So the pandemic, all the fears and all the deaths and everything is all in preparation for the new paradigm that is coming. Some of the things that seem unusually dysfunctional, as I can say, that may be happening now are on purpose. You might think that this corona pandemic is everybody can judge whether it is a natural thing or it is man-made. But you will notice the strange policies around it, the unreasonable decisions that are being taken. Politicians gradually taking the place of doctors and so forth. Anybody who can see across that veil, who can see past that darkness, will notice that there is something not right. It's darkness that is fighting hard to stay, to keep what they had before, but light is winning, so it's a battle that is still going on, but light has won. The people with high consciousness and so forth, humanity has won the battle already, but darkness is still fighting. As I said, the last battles, these are just the last battles, but they will never win. They cannot win, but they are still in control in some ways, but they will not win. At the end of the day, they will just go away. We will have a more peaceful world, a world without wars and so forth. Sometimes it takes a dysfunction to find out what function in a society, or what function should be, especially when the new functionality is going to be this new paradigm. So you need to, from dysfunction, you will create a functioning, and you get this new paradigm. So you need a dysfunction first. And from that dysfunction, policies and so forth, inventions and things will come up that will create this new paradigm. You cannot break an old paradigm easily. It doesn't go that way. Because this darkness, this cabal that control the humanity, they have been doing these things for thousands of years. And this is the very first time that light is winning. So you can imagine that they are not going to go that easily without a fight. So they will do whatever they can do. But light, we have passed the 21st of December 2012 already. Precision of the equinox, 26,000 year cycle. Every 26,000 years, the Earth attempts to go to a higher dimension. So the previous ones, they didn't succeed. We are the only one who has succeeded. So it's something to be grateful about. But it doesn't come that easy. We have to fight because the cabal will not just go like that. This cabal, as I said, they will not just disappear because whether it is their behavior, policies, politics, corporate, parenting, teaching, and so forth, a new paradigm is coming, and they are all going to change. And some old paradigm, some old energy, the structures, they will break before they restart. That is how you create this new paradigm that is coming. Some old things, old way of doing things are going to break off, and new ideas and so forth will come up that will create this new paradigm. Some will break off, some will not have to break up to come up again. It will be like you will see an integration of one paradigm to another, so that this slow change will be possible. And this will explain some of the things you see now that worry you, that seem very dysfunctional. When you look at it and say, oh, I can't believe this is or that, I can't believe what is happening, I can't believe what I'm saying, or I can't really believe my eyes what is going on, this can't be good. I will tell you, oh yes, it can. It can be good indeed, because the more you ask questions, that's a good sign that you have awakened, that there's the humanity, for those of you who are able to see through, that you have awakened. You should instead congratulate yourself that you are able to see that, because when the old energy was predominant, you couldn't see it. Nobody could see it. It was there in front of you. They have been doing it for thousands of years, but you couldn't see it. It was well hidden, and the old energy was there to keep everybody blindfold everybody, and nobody could see it. But now light is winning, so you can see through. Things are revealing themselves. You can see through the cracks. So you look at it from the perspective of, you use wisdom to look at all this. You will see that there's something not right somewhere. Things are beginning to be clearer than what they were before. So this new paradigm that will result from this dysfunction today, all what we are seeing today with the COVID and the politics and the war, the last wars and so forth, this, from that will come this new paradigm. This new paradigm, will be as a result of this dysfunction today. And that's what's going to create the new earth. So, as I can say, let's just look at this, an example. Take a depth, you just take a look at this COVID, as I was saying. What are the changes that have come about since they started this campaigns, COVID, and the different variants and all those things? It has resulted in most people working from home. Lots of people are working from home, which I predict is going to stay that way. People will be surprised, but my prediction is that it's going to be permanent in some cases, in most cases. So to me, it's an advantage to some people who are just going to be working from home their whole lives. That is a positive thing. If you look at it from that way of, dysfunction that is going to bring out a new earth or something like that, you will notice that because of the COVID, people are now able to work from home. It's going to save them a lot of, it could result in increased productivity and all kinds of things. So there are advantages. Because of this dysfunction we are seeing now, it's like the planet is in a standstill. Look at it that way. Everything is a standstill, being reorganized. And look, doors are opening left and right. People are wondering what is going on, asking questions and all those kind of things. So it's resulting in more awareness. As people are consciously asking questions, wondering, this will also lead to new inventions, because of this, they are going to start inventing new things that will change, that will be the new earth that is coming, a new paradigm. So that was it for today. Thank you very much.